Hey loves, welcome to or back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Evita, and on my channel I love to post videos about budgeting, my journey to becoming debt free, and also cash stuffing videos. I will occasionally post videos like this with frugal tips on how to actually save money. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about 20 frugal tips. Yes, you guys, 20 frugal tips I have for you all. So I would consider myself frugal. My family think I'm super cheap, but I like to know where my money's going and if my money should be actually going there. But again, I have 20 tips for you guys, so let's go ahead with number one. The number one tip I have for you all is to budget your money. It's not about being frugal, but if you budget your money, you have more money in your pocket and you'll actually know where your money is actually going. I do a budget every month. I'll leave a playlist up above with me budgeting, but I know what my income is, or I estimate how much my income will be for the month. I'll also budget for my bills, my debt, my expenses, maybe things that I want, and things of course that I actually need. So again, you guys, number one is to budget your money. Number two is to use cashback apps. Now I use Ibotta, I use Fetch, and I also use Shopkicks. Ibotta and Fetch actually gives you cash back, such in the form of gift cards. So if you scan your receipts, you earn cash that way with Ibotta and also with Fetch. I did give up on Ibotta a few years ago because that was when you had to actually scan the item. And I think now all you have to do is scan your receipt just like Fetch. And I am just now getting back to using Ibotta, but I've been using Fetch for a while. The way Shopkick works is you just walk into a store and you earn points that way. And once your points all add up, you can get a gift card. Also with Shopkick, you can buy certain things and then scan your receipt. And you can also scan things like while you're walking around in the store, and that earns you points that way towards to actually getting gift cards. Number three is learn how to do your own hair. Now I do my own hair right now, but before I started doing my hair a few years ago, I could spend about $300 to $400 on my hair every other month, and that was just getting extensions added to my hair, and that was just basically it. I love my extensions, but I do know how to add extensions to my hair myself, so I just started in the habit of actually doing my own hair. I must say my hair is a whole lot healthier, being that I'm the only person in my hair now, and it's thriving a whole lot better, and I'm saving money on doing my own hair at that as well. Number four is to try to paint your own nails. Now I am not really a nail polish girl. I'm not a type of girl that like to have her nails done. I don't like long nails or anything like that. Every blue moon I'll get my nails done. My daughter will probably pay for them for like a special holiday such as my birthday or Mother's Day or something like that. Same with my husband, he'll pay for them for like anniversary or something like that. Me paying for my nails is very rare for me to actually pay for them. Last year we went to a wedding and I did my own nails. What I did is I ordered some fake nails from Amazon, just some clear nails. I painted them a very pretty color, and then I put them on my own nails with a little nail glue, and they look perfectly fine to me. And then I just popped them off a few days later. Once again, I'm not really a nail type having girl. So if you want to learn how to do your own nails, it's so many YouTube videos, tutorials out there telling you how to actually do your own nails. Number five is to hold off on your want purchases. When I say your want purchases is things that you want in that moment. So what I would typically do, I'll be looking at maybe Target. I'm on the Target app and I'm like, oh, I'll just go and get that this weekend. But by the weekend come, I'm like, I don't even want that, nor do I need that. So I wouldn't purchase it. I typically don't leave the house until the weekend. Typically, I mean, I will leave every blue moon during the week, but typically I'm busy during the week and I just stay home. But like I said, just hold off on seeing if you actually want to purchase that. Put it in your cart, and give it a few days, and if you go back to your cart and you see that it's still there, think, do you really want it or do you need it? And just think it over with yourself. Don't be an impulse buyer. I was a really bad impulse buyer back in the day. Another tip, number 6, is to buy second hand. So if you find yourself wanting that item, see if you can actually find it second hand. You can find it maybe on Facebook Market or OfferUp, or maybe if you can look in a thrift store to see if you can find it. Sometimes you can get lucky, like you're thinking of something that you actually want, and you can go to the thrift store and actually find that item, or maybe even a similar item. So just hold off on actually purchasing it and going to a thrift store or buying stuff secondhand. Especially clothing, you can buy secondhand. Shoes secondhand, or certain things I won't buy secondhand, but basically I'll buy anything secondhand. Number 7 is to wash a full load of laundry. So instead of washing like a few items, make sure you're loading up your laundry to the max capacity, not like overloading it where it really doesn't wash, but make sure you're loading up your laundry with a loading up your washing machine with a full load of laundry. This is going to save your energy on your energy bill, and this is also going to save on your water bill if you have that as expense that you have to pay monthly. So again, number 7 is to wash full loads of laundry. That's going to take us into our frugal tip number 8, which is if you're able to, line dry your clothes. I remember my mother would put our clothes on the line beginning when it first started getting nice and warm in Ohio, so probably April or May, all the way up until August is when she would line dry our clothes. Everything would go on the line, and except our like underwear that was like embarrassing to put out. She would actually put that in the dryer, but she's not running the dryer as often because everything else went onto the line. Once again, that saves a lot on your energy bill, and that also saves on your electric bill. Your electric bill, that's the same thing. I meant that would save a lot on your energy bill. Number 9 is to start your dishwasher when it is full. This again will save a lot on your energy bill and also your water bill if you pay a water bill. Don't like wash at my kids had a thing when they were younger. They're no longer really allowed to touch certain things electronic in my house, but they would like start the dishwasher with like 5 things in it. I'm like, dude, you're wasting my dishwasher detergent for the dishwasher, and you're wasting energy, and you're wasting water. Make sure that this dishwasher is full to the max, and then start the dishwasher. We don't want to you could wash those 5 things by hand. Number 10 is to grow your own garden. So I did have my own garden a few years ago, but it's very hard for me to actually grow where my townhouse is. I was growing in buckets, but the way my townhouse sits back and then the other one is like further out next to me, it's very odd, and I wasn't getting adequate amount of sun, and then my produce was just dying fast. So I stopped doing that. I did not plant a garden this year, though I would like to. Another thing is I live in a townhouse that we rent, and I can't plant in like the grass area. So I had to plant in buckets, and they were growing sort of. But like I said, if you are able and you have the space in your yard to actually grow a garden, do grow a garden. It is the best thing ever. Number 11 is to shop the grocery ads. Now, I used to have a bad habit of just getting up and going to the grocery store. Like, okay, let's go. And I would just be like, oh, that's on sale. Let me grab that. Didn't even need it, but I'd be like, oh, that's on sale. Let me just grab that. That brings me into tip number 12, which is shop with a list. Like I said, I had a really bad habit just going to the store, grabbing stuff, and not giving it no rhyme or reason. Now I shop a list. I shop a list of things that we'll actually need for the week. I'll write out a list of things that we'll actually need, and I'll go downstairs and see if we actually need it. Maybe someone put it away in a wrong space, and I'll just look and everything like that. So yes, shop with a list. That's very well. You don't want to buy the same thing over again that you already have downstairs. Like again, look in your pantry, your cupboards first before you go shopping, and then actually go out there to purchase it. Number 13 is to buy in bulk. Now, if you have a Sam's Club membership, Costco, or BJ's, shop in bulk when it is necessary, and also if it seems like it'll be a better price if you buy in bulk versus if you buy individual smaller packages. Sometimes I find that buying the individual smaller package is a better buy versus buying in a big bulk that may go bad before I'm actually able to use it. That brings me to number 14. Skip the vending machines. Like, my son loves to go to the vending machine at school. So I told him, tell me everything that you really like to buy out of the vending machine. And that's when we'll go to Sam's Club and purchase everything. And it's a whole lot cheaper than buying it at Sam's Club in bulk and then having it here for him to take to school with him for at least a month. Sometimes it don't last a month, you know. I have a teenage boy, so things don't last that long. Versus when they were younger and they wanted to buy stuff from the vending machine, and I would just be like, tell me what you buy in the vending machine and we'll buy it at home. In that way, or saving a whole lot of money. And I did not let them, like, just, you take one per day. You can't just be grabbing just to grab it. Number 15 is to meal prep or cook at home. Now, my family and I do a lot of meal prepping. We meal prep every Sunday. So I'll go grocery shopping on like Friday or Saturday, and then Sunday we'll spend about 4 or 5 hours meal prepping for 2 weeks. So that really works out. I'll go through a list of, they're not really recipes, but they're meals that we'll actually eat, and then it actually has the list of the things that we'll need for that meal. I'll write them out on my grocery list. I'll go downstairs to see what we have. I'll cross it off, and then once I'm ready, I will go out to the store and actually buy what we need. That all ties in with shop the ads and make a grocery list. And number 16, eat leftovers. I eat leftovers. I don't mind eating leftovers. Now, my husband and my son, they eat leftovers as well as my daughter. But my son will take his leftovers to school. He doesn't care if it's meatloaf or spaghetti. He'll take it to school with him and warm it up in the microwave that they have in the cafeteria. My husband will also take leftovers with him for work. My daughter, she'll take leftovers, but she's 20, y'all. She do what she want to do. I'm trying to teach her. She has some of my ways, but then she's like, whatever, I don't feel like packing my lunch. But she'll learn eventually once she gets older. Number 17, that I done told you guys, take your lunch to school or work. I work from home, but of course I'm not ordering Uber Eats or anything like that. I'm actually eating leftovers, or maybe I meal prep the day for my lunches and I'll just have that as well. So this year, my son, the school actually gave everyone free lunches. So once I found that out, I did stop packing my son's lunch. Now next year I will have to go back and start packing his lunches again. Not sure if they're going to give free lunches to everyone in the school district again, but if they don't, we're just going to go back to actually packing his lunches with the things that he likes. Number 18 is get a coffee machine. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker. I do not like coffee at all. I am a tea girl, but my husband and my daughter likes to drink coffee. A few years ago, my husband was going to Starbucks, maybe several years ago, was going to Starbucks a lot. And I'm like, why don't you just get a coffee machine and make that coffee at home? It's going to be a whole lot cheaper, and probably it's going to taste a whole lot better. So that's what we did. I got him a Keurig. He loves his Keurig. We do have the reusable ones, the reusable K-cups, but he also uses disposable ones. We try to recycle them when we can. When like I catch them, I'm like, hey, recycle that. But he, we try to hold off on waste. I do try to recycle them. My daughter will recycle them as well. She's a coffee drinker. They'll buy their coffee, they'll buy their creamer and their specialty syrups that they like to put in them. And it's a whole lot cheaper to do it at home. It's probably like $1 at home because they put so many different things in them versus $10 at Starbucks. I don't know how much Starbucks costs. But leave a comment down below how much a typical Starbucks drink costs. I don't know. I don't drink it. Like I said, I'm a tea girl, and I typically make my tea at home simply because I like a certain temperature for my tea, and when I'm out, it's either too hot or it's lukewarm and absolutely disgusting. So I just typically make my tea at home, put it in my Yeti, and be on the go if I'm going out somewhere. Number 19 is to have a date night at home. Now, my husband and I, a few months ago, I had set up like a movie night for us. So I had chips out, I had popcorn, I had our little soda drinks. It was like a cute setup, and then we just sat downstairs in our living room and watched a movie together. And excuse me, he's like, this was very nice. I would love to do this again. It was like just really cute. You can find things on Pinterest, ideas on Pinterest for date nights and things like that. You don't always have to go out. Especially since 2020 happened, I really don't like to go out. I was never a going out type of girl, but ever since 2020 happened, I'm like, we can watch a movie at home. I don't really need to go see that movie like in the theater. And a lot of times you can get it nowadays you can actually get that new movie at home. Like you can just pay for it at home, which I would rather to do anyway. Number 20, the final tip, and probably the most important tip, is don't compare your spending habits with others. So basically, try to keep up with the Joneses. I will see somebody with something, I'm like, oh, that's nice, I want that. And then later on, I'm like, no, I really don't want it. It just looked nice on them. I really don't want it. I just want it because they have it. Don't compare your spending habits with others. Don't say, oh, they just bought a new car, I should buy a new car. Maybe I can afford a new car, or since they can afford that, I can afford that too. Don't have that mentality. Stay in your own lane, basically. Stay in your own lane. This is the way you're actually going to save money. But those are the 20 frugal tips that I have for you today. If you have any other frugal tips, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for watching today. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye!